I have a few comments about what I've heard here this evening. One of them, we're talking about a levy for police and fire. I don't understand why police and fire are not fully funded right now. Could anybody explain to me who gets paid out of the general fund that is more important than the safety of the citizens of Middletown? Also, our streets are in a terrible condition, yet we collect money, like he was saying tonight. The auto tax, tags, and gas fees come in, can only be used for our streets. 1 mil of our property taxes can only be used for street repair. But we haven't repaired streets in 10 years. He was talking about the rundown condition of a lot of buildings in town. Well, a good reason for that is that those buildings have no value. You can't sell them, you can't rent them. Look at the property taxes that we pay. One of the things that was discussed at one of the council meetings and was picked up by the paper was that you get what you pay for. Well, we pay in the top 10% per capita to our school system. But our school system is in the bottom 10% in the state of Ohio. Are we getting what we pay for? When we're paying top dollar for the best schools, we pay the teachers the highest pay in Butler County. We have the highest property taxes in Butler County. We built all new schools. They're nice looking schools, but we're still not educating the kids. They say that we moved up a category in our, but 93% of the schools moved up a category in the last few years. The other 7% were already excellent. This year there were 0 schools in the academic emergency in the state of Ohio. There were only 5 in the academic watch in the state. The rest of them, there was 112 in the continuing improvement, which we were in. And we were near the bottom of that. So we got some of the worst schools in the state of Ohio as far as test scores. When are we going to get businesses in? If we have bad schools, we have bad streets, and if we already paying the highest property taxes, and if we get our income tax above everybody around us, we'll never get anybody into this town. So what we have to do is use the money that we're getting as wisely as possible by funding the police and the fire and fixing our streets. And if other things have to be let go, they have to be let go. But we have to get our schools back on board to teaching our kids. You know, having nice buildings and stuff does not make for a good school system. It makes for pretty buildings, but educating the kids is what it's going to take. And when they talk about trying to get kids from other areas to come here to an open enrollment, you got to be kidding. When we're one of the worst schools in the state of Ohio, how are you going to talk people into coming into our town that way? So we have to get the schools under control, and we have to get our spending and keep taxes down. Look at Blue Ash, who has a 1% income tax. They're overflowing, and they have enough businesses that they can then keep their streets up and stuff. And we've been going the wrong direction for 10 years.
A lot of it goes back, we're going to have to wrap this up, but a lot of it goes back to a comment I made an hour ago, the makeup of the community, the people who are receiving some type of public assistance and so forth, versus the people who aren't. So you got to look at that picture as well. The school things I can't answer, Mr.
Right.
Price can, of course.
But I agree with what you're saying about having so many people that are getting public assistance.
Right.
But the reason for that is because there aren't enough jobs in Middletown.